Yeah, so just really happy with how overhaul the season two went. The second half maybe wasn't as great as the first half, but the first
Yeah.
half is just absolutely fantastic, and the second half isn't bad. It's just compared to that first half, it's like okay, not as fantastic what they're doing, but it's still doing really well, and the way it ended was really nice. So just overall, really nice, a really nice watch, especially if you watch the first season. You might be turned off a little bit initially with the first episode or so, but it's Megalo Box Season Two, but just a little bit better, I would say, than the first one, in my opinion. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. A very different season. Very different. Um, if you saw the first season of Megalobox, you gotta watch this. You gotta watch this. If you're interested in combat sports, you gotta watch this. If you like boxing, of course you gotta watch this. Very, very different season. When this was announced, I think a lot of people were like, "Does this show really need a second season?" I thought that. The first season wraps up nicely. There's no going into this. There's no need for a second season. But Megalo Box Season Two very clearly establishes why we need a second season.
Oh
It
yeah.
takes the story in a completely different direction. Uh, the big seller here is the theme, and you'll see this throughout the series. It's the theme of the hummingbird, the theme of home, the theme of the Nomad. And you see, when the season begins, you see Joe's in a bad state. Well, that might be a slight spoiler, but let's just say he's not in a good state. He's kind of lost everything from his triumph at the end of the first season, and it's kind of his journey back to the top, but not the
In the
typical
usual
journey
way.
back. Yeah, like it's not the usual way. Like there's a lot more to the story. It's not just him getting back to the top. There's a lot of lessons to be had here. A lot of relationships he has to mend. And it's not even so much, I mean, about getting to the top and just being the best. It's kind of a soul searching story with Joe. And yeah, it's go into it knowing that it's different than the first season. This is not super like boxing heavy, but it's worth a watch in my opinion. It's very much worth a watch. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, I would definitely agree. Yeah, that's why we're really sad every week when we see it so low on the rankings and stuff. It's a great time and so many lessons and stuff you can learn from this that a normal anime won't give you. This is a
Yes.
special case here, something special.
Talk to me about the animation, the OST, the voice actors. It's an anime original. The first season was created to commemorate the 50th anniversary of Ashita no Joe. That's a classic boxing anime. So again, it's all new source material. This is all stuff they came up with. Just generally speaking, the story, characters, just the whole package. What would you think?
Yeah, I was really happy with it. The story maybe sometimes wasn't as strong as I would want it
True.
to be, but the everything else around it, the music, the characters, and everything like that was really fantastic. It was really never really dipped there in that department. So I'm
Yeah,
really happy with how they did this season.
I think the OST was fantastic. Like the hummingbird theme. I thought that was great. Um, Voice actor's great. Everything it was good. The animation has its own style, but it's the same style as season one. So if you like the style in season one, it's the same style. Um,
Mhm.
almost like I don't
The
even know
old
how I would describe.
school, thicker
Yeah,
lines.
like a grainy feel to it. It's
Hmm.
weird. You got to look at it to see. I'm probably not even accurately describing it, but it's got that Megalobox animation
Look.
quality to it. Yeah, it's got that look to it. Yeah. So would you recommend this?
Oh yeah, I easily recommend this. This is something totally different than what you're gonna get normally with all these, fantasy and all the adventure stuff. This is a more back to home, back to basics, just good story, and it's really nice.
Yeah, that's the heart of this one. I think the heart of the first season is action. The heart of this one is definitely the story. Would you so you recommend the second season? Would you recommend people who haven't seen Megalobox go check out the first season and then watch this one as well? Like, do you recommend the series as a whole?
Yeah, I think so because like you get that you get a little bit more monkey brain the first season. You see people punching each other. You get a little bit of spice in there, and then now you're hooked in. Now you get right to the second season. Now you're getting a little bit more story, more lessons and stuff. They don't just hit you right. Luckily, it's like second season, so you're not just hit with all these lessons stuff right from the beginning.
Right.
So I think overall, just as a series, it's really fantastic. It gives you that hook in the beginning with that monkey brain, just action and sports, and then you get more into the more about fighting. The behind the scenes of it, and the consequences of stuff.
And a lot of
So
relationship stuff here. Lot of play on relationships. People mad at people. People being sort of used and abused. Not to spoil anything, but deaths. I mean, a lot of interesting things going on with this one. I think it's safe to say we both recommend this. Here is the real question: what are you giving this out of
yes,
5?
that is the big question.
That's the
I
big
was think-
question.
I was thinking about this all day, but I'll probably unfortunately just have to give it a 4 out of 5.
Okay. No, that's fair. I'd give it a 4. I'm not giving it a 5. Yeah.
I know, I know.
I thought
It's
you were
just
gonna
so
say like a
sad.
3. Yeah. No,
Hmm.
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. No, this isn't like S tier. This isn't like the best thing you'll see, but I have a soft spot for it. I really like it. I just think it's just unique. I like combat sports. It does everything for me. It's completely different than the first season. The first season's great, but this takes the story in a very interesting new direction. There's this new community that they meet. Um, Turns out it was actually called Casa. Um, but yeah, Hispanic vibes. You meet a character. His name is Chief. Great character arc with him. Great symbolism. Yeah. So we recommend it. We're both gonna give it a 4 out of 5. We both agreed on the rating for the other one. So look at us. We're always in agreement here at the Weeb Retreat. No need to ever be hostile.